I want to give my opinion as a mom homeschooling 2 kids about something I read in the news about a transgender teacher in Ontario, Canada. And what makes this story viral is that she's wearing huge prosthetic breasts, and she also has these nipples there protruding out of her shirt, and people are freaking out. They're saying that, you know, teachers are not supposed to be imposing their views. This is distracting. This is sick. And so on and so forth. So I wanted to give my opinion about this. And honestly, if I had kids in high school and a teacher like this, I wouldn't have a problem with it, because my main concern is if this is a good quality teacher, if she's receptive to questions, professional, genuine interest in helping kids succeed. Because, you know, I was a student in Ontario, Canada, and there were just some really cruel, awful teachers who had no interest helping kids, who had some sort of power trip, didn't want the kids to succeed, loved to see the kids fail. I've had that experience many times, especially in math for some reason. I don't know why, but that seemed to be the case. And these teachers with these scowls on their face, they're just there. No one complains about them from what I understand, and they just stay in these jobs all the way till retirement. I have no idea why these kinds of people want to work with young kids. I don't know, but that's what it is, and there's no outrage about that. But someone who wants to wear huge prosthetic breasts, yeah, like it's something we don't see every day. This is a big problem, and there's outrage for that. Now, another thing I want to say to people who say that this is distracting and, you know, the kids shouldn't be imposed to these kinds of ideologies. Well, you know, 14 years old, this is high school, okay? This is not preschool. This is high school. So at this age, high school in Ontario starts at 14, okay? And that's the age where you can work with the public. You can have a job. So from 14, you can have a job at the fast food restaurants, you can work at, in retail, and so on and so forth. So you have to learn how to deal with the public, okay? You're gonna be dealing with all sorts of people, and you have to learn not to be distracted. You have to learn to be professional. You're dealing with people with piercings all over their face, mohawks, face coverings from religion. You're dealing with people who nowadays you'll see a lot of people who have like a lot of facial surgeries for cosmetic reasons, and it's kind of jarring. You have to learn to like not have those kinds of reactions, treat people with the dignity they deserve. We're not here to judge people, say like, oh, they have some mental problems, they're sick, this and that. Like, we have to, in a society, learn to work with one another, be nice. We have to be harmonious. As long as this teacher and people who are doing all sorts of unusual different things, like they're not being, they're following the law, they're not saying inappropriate things in class, I don't see a problem with it. And, you know, I would have loved to have a teacher if it was like this, but like actually cares about my, answers my questions and like went out of their way to help me. Like, I would have really appreciated that. I wouldn't care about huge prosthetic breasts. Like, what's the limit, you might be asking? Like, this teacher is wearing like what, maybe size L, or I don't know, like what's the limit here? Z, who knows? So I don't care. And I just care about the quality of the teachers, following the law, not saying anything sick in class, inappropriate, and we shouldn't be shielding our teenagers, especially where teenagers are being transitioned to adulthood. Like, this is what it is. Like, why are we coddling our teenagers in these high schools? Like, these days in high schools, you're not even allowed to leave the premises during lunchtime. You have to, like, there's just so many laws because of accountability or whatnot. Like, you know, the high schools are not doing a really good job in transitioning teenagers to adulthood. That's why I'm homeschooling, because like I really want to prepare my kids for the real world. And for me, homeschooling is not about shielding kids from the realities out there. So this is the reality. I mean, this is how people are these days. And who are we to judge, you know, if this person is sick or not? If this teacher is expressing herself, her true self, she'll probably be a better teacher that way. So I have no problem. Yeah, there's the issue too. Maybe people were saying like person is not being safe in the shop. She's wearing loose sleeves and bracelets and so on. I couldn't see exactly, but you know, if that's the case, I mean, she can fix that problem easily. And I don't see a problem with the prosthetic breast. Yeah, it's kind of funny if you think about it the first time, but like when you're dealing with the public, you should have to, you know, treat people with the dignity, so that way we live in a harmonious society. So that's my opinion on this, and I know most people don't agree with it, but I'm just putting it out there.